Those tools.
Oh, it's recording.
Oh no, I see the red dot. Yes. Okay, so we're on. All right. First, I'd like to welcome everyone this afternoon to this program on stress management as we begin the spring semester 2025. We're all just taking a deep breath and getting ourselves prepared. So first, I want to thank the Office of the President, President Ben Vinson, for his support of the wellness programming across campus, and this being a part of the initiative for wellness activities that he is supporting. We are also grateful today for our HU Counseling Center, our HU Counseling Service that continue to do amazing work with our students, and we're grateful for them for hosting today. And I would be remiss if I left out my dean, Dean Bernard Richardson, who is a wellness and mindfulness champion, has been that way for a number of years now, and he allows me to support the campus in the mindfulness and wellness programming. And so I am grateful also to him. So again, welcome. I welcome you wherever you are today, however you're feeling, um, whatever whatever is going on for you today. We welcome you to this space, and we're going to talk a little bit today about stress. That's something that we all experience, and we're going to go through a couple of exercises. But I really want you all to just be comfortable in this space together today. I'm open for your questions as we move through the material, and I'll be asking if you have questions as we go through. So, what is stress? Um, from the World Health Organization, they define stress as a state of worry or mental tension caused by a difficult situation. And stress is just a natural human response. It prompts us to address challenges and threats in our lives. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way we respond to stress, however, makes a big difference to our overall well being. And stress is not always bad, right? Because it was rooted in our need for survival, and it still is. So when we're presented with something that's stressful, all of these chemicals are released in our body, our awareness is heightened, we become more vigilant, um, everything down to our muscles being activated and ready to respond. And so, we talk about fight, flight, freeze. So, all of those things, we're ready for all of that when our stress hormones are released. Also, our stress hormones allow us a different level of alertness. So, it may not be physical action that we need, but it may be quick thinking that we need. And so a stress response brings about all of those things. The difficulty is that often we stay in a heightened state of stress. And those same chemicals that can be so helpful in an emergency situation where we need everything activated all at once, over a prolonged period, that those stress hormones can cause difficulty in our bodily systems. And so, we talk about the long-term health implications of stress. But just remember that just because you're stressed doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? It means you're faced with a challenge. And so recent research findings have concluded that our attitude towards stress really determines the effect that the stress will have on our overall health. So when we're talking about that, just think what this research is saying, that if we view stress as something that over time is depleting us and causing us to be ill, then what they found is those with that attitude over time, in fact, became ill. Those who had the attitude towards stress, well, it's just a part of life. It's a challenge, but they didn't have that same attachment to the negative thinking about stress, their health outcomes were better. So, shifting our attitude towards stress may not only improve our sense of well being today, right now, but it has the potential to positively impact our overall wellness for years to come. Where does meditation come into all of this? Because after all, that's why I'm here. So, mindfulness meditation is training, the definition of that is training in non judgmental present moment awareness. We talk about two wings of mindfulness. We talk about awareness and we talk about a compassionate or kind attention. So when we're wrapping ourselves in those two wings of mindfulness, we're aware and that compassionate, kind attention. So if a stressor is presented, something that is stressful, a stressful situation, circumstance, or even something down the line that you're preparing for that makes you anxious. If you approach that with an open awareness, really feeling into what's going on for you and how this upcoming activity or the news that you got or some event that you're looking forward to, if it's an exam or perhaps it's time for grades to come out and you're feeling some anxiety around that. Really tapping into what you're feeling in the moment, that's the awareness, and then wrapping that in kind attention. And so, what that does for us is it takes us out of being reactive toward the stress and it gives us an opportunity to feel into what's happening, become aware, and get a little distance between how we choose to meet that stressor. So, in other words, we have an opportunity to step back and determine a response. Knowing now that our attitude towards stress matters, in that space that we create between whatever is happening and our response, we can practice approaching the stressor really with open curiosity. And so I'd like to do a couple of practices around things that can allow us to step back. We're going to use some of these mindfulness meditation techniques to help you step back from the stressor, recognizing that there can be positive, anything that creates a challenge is not necessarily negative, even though our bodies and our negativity bias, of course, any of you psych majors know about the negativity bias. We are prone, no matter what comes up, to automatically think the worst. And that's the way our brains are wired naturally. So when you're doing that, again, feel into that kind of tension. Be aware that, wow, I really went negative on that. But if you can wrap that in kindness and go, yep, there's my human brain. That's my human mind. It's working. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to look for threats. And if you can cover that in kind attention, it can give you a moment to have some compassion for yourself in recognizing it's just a part of me being human. Everybody has these feelings. It's a part of who we are. And then you can take a second look at whatever that was making you feel that negativity. Take a second look and say, and what else is here? Is there something that isn't negative here? Is there another possibility? Could there be another outcome? And just that little bit of distance can give us enough relief to determine how to respond. All right. And so I'm going to pause and ask if anyone has questions on anything that I've said so far before we start to move into some of the practices that actually on the ground can help us to shift out of that automatic anxious and negative response to stress. All right, and if there are no questions, we'll move on. Um, the first practice that I want to teach today is called an ujjayi breath or ujjayi breathing. And ujjayi breathing, it comes from the yogic breathing practices. This if you can imagine it, they call it also ocean breath. It's ujjayi breath or ocean breath. And the easiest way for me to instruct you on this is to make the sound that you would make if you were fogging up a mirror, right? So if you can get something in front of you and you just want to go like you're fogging a mirror. So when you do that sound, start the sound and then close your mouth. So start the when you close your mouth, you'll find that you can still hear that sound internally. So I want you to try making that sound on your own a couple of times, both on the in breath and the out breath. You're dragging the air through your throat. And so the other way to kind of hone in on that spot where your throat is touching is to clear your throat. If you it's the same spot. And from the clearing throat or from the fogging of the mirror, you can try that breath a few times in and out. And then we're going to do some breathing together with the ujjayi once you feel like you have the breath. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear mine. I'm going to try to do my breathing really loud so that you can have a sense that it is audible. Now, the wonderful thing about ujjayi, you can do this anywhere because the sound is very soft. You can make it louder, but you can do it softly so that no one can hear that you're doing the ujjayi breathing, which is something that gives you the freedom to do it really anywhere. But I'm going to try to make mine a little louder today so that you can hear it. So starting by exhaling all of the air out, we're going to ujjayi breath. We're going to do 4 count in and 4 count out to start. Okay, ready? Let's exhale all the way out. And then closing the mouth, inhale. Exhale. Again, 4 count. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now try inhaling half as long as the exhale. Now I'm going to let you do this at your own pace so that you don't have to hear me interrupting you with the counting. And so when we begin, we're going to exhale all the air out and you'll inhale for 4 counts. So your inhale is going to be a little bit quick. So you want to make sure that you get all of the air in on the 4 counts. And then you're slowly going to release that air over 8 counts. Okay? And so I'm just going to count you through this twice. And then you go on your own. And I'm going to let you do this breathing, for maybe 20, 30 seconds on your own to give you a sense for the way that this can really feel calming in a moment where you might be feeling stressed or overwhelmed. So let's start together. And what I'll do is, as I said, I'll count you through twice, and then you go on at your own pace. Remember, we want to inhale 4 and exhale 8. And let's begin by exhaling all the air out. And here we go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at your own pace. Remember, inhale 4, exhale 8 at your own pace, listening to the breath sound in the back of your throat. Just practice listening as you're counting. If it helps you to hear your breath, you can cup your hands over your ears. Couple more rounds. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. 4 in and 8 out. Okay, and let's make that the last round of the Ujjayi breathing. So how does that feel? Did you have a sense that you were calming down and feeling a little bit more relaxed or centered or um, okay, now the beauty of the Ujjayi breath, one of the reasons why this is a favorite practice of mine, you can match your breath to movement with Ujjayi, or you can simply sit still as we were doing today. And it really has a calming effect. Listening to the sound of your breath, it engages more senses because you're listening, you're feeling the vibration in your throat as you drag the air. So you have your sensory impact, both hearing and the feeling, and then the focus in the counting really kind of helps to really bring you in if you're having an anxious moment. And so the next practice, again, I promised you two. The second practice is a body scan. And now for this one, I'm going to invite you to turn off your cameras if you've had your camera on, and find a reclining or a relaxed position. Um, I like to be fully lying down for a body scan, but you may not be in a space where you can do that, and that's okay. But you can find a spot where you can kind of recline and feel supported. So as we go through the body scan, you can really feel the opportunity to release each area of the body as we go through. Just make sure that you're balanced and supported. And so, giving you a moment to change position and find that comfortable spot, I'm going to be guiding you through the body scan today. Okay. And so, I hope you were able to find a spot where you're able to be fully supported and you can totally relax each part of your body as we go through the scan. And so, let's begin. You can float your eyes to closed and just feeling the release of resting your body on a surface. Maybe noticing where you feel your body touching the surface beneath you. Are there parts of your body that where you feel more pressure? Maybe there are places that feel warm or cool as they touch a surface. Just starting there. One body resting. Taking a moment to notice your breath. We just did the Ujjayi breathing exercise, so if you'd like, you can use that technique and feel into the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body as it touches there in the back of your throat. Maybe you want to notice into the rise and fall of your chest or the rise and fall of your belly. Maybe the breath is easily accessible through the nostril as you feel the air on your upper lip or even in your nostrils, in your nose. Just noticing breath in and out. Whole body resting, breathing. And now beginning with your toes, all 10 toes. Noticing toes, inside and outside. Each toe, all of the toes together. And now noticing feet, right foot, left foot. From the ball of your foot all the way through the arch to the heel. All of the inner workings that make our walking possible. Just noticing what is there inside and outside. Feet, both feet. Both feet and toes at the same time. Inside and outside. And moving into the ankle joint, all that is the workings of the ankle. Right ankle, left ankle, in and through both ankles at the same time, inside and outside. And now moving our attention up our lower legs, our shin, our calf, all that are the workings of the lower leg inside and outside. Notice all that is there. Right lower leg, left lower leg. Releasing any tension, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Relaxing and releasing. Noticing both knees, the knee joint, in and through both knees, inside and outside, releasing and relaxing all that is our knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Moving up to our upper legs, all of the workings inside and outside. Releasing and relaxing. Noticing what's here. Releasing any tension. Upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Moving into your hip sockets, your whole pelvic girdle, all of the workings inside, outside. Noticing what is here, releasing, relaxing, letting go. Our pelvic girdle, hip sockets, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Moving into our abdomen and our lower back. Noticing what is here, all of the inner workings inside and outside. Releasing and relaxing from the sacrum up through each vertebrae of the lower back, all that is inside and outside. Releasing, relaxing our lower abdomen and our back, pelvic girdle, hip sockets, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Noticing our whole torso, ribs, our chest, all of the contents, our heart and our lungs. Noticing what's there for the vertebrae, the thoracic spine, all the way between our shoulder blades, all the way up to the base of our neck. Releasing and relaxing each vertebrae. Shoulder blades flattening into the support of the floor or the chair, wherever our body is resting. Releasing everything back and down, our whole torso, abdomen, lower back, hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. And now up through our shoulders and down the length of each arm, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, releasing and relaxing. Noticing any point of tension, just letting go. Allowing our arms and hands just to drape, leaning into their support of whatever is underneath or behind them. Releasing and relaxing through each finger, both thumbs and all fingers. Letting go, releasing and relaxing. And coming up, releasing, relaxing hands, wrists, lower arms, elbows, upper arms, and shoulders. Coming all the way through our torso, abdomen, lower back, our entire spine, draping the spine like a jump rope. We're just allowing everything to go slack. Through our pelvis, our hip sockets, the full length of our legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Fully letting go. And coming up through our neck, the last little bit of the spine, into the base of our skulls. Releasing and relaxing all of the muscles and the tissues of our necks that support our heads. All the muscles of the neck. Now from the base of the skull, allowing the sensation of everything, all of the muscles of your face, your scalp. Just imagine everything just letting go and just allowing the skin to just drape, all the muscles beneath relaxed. Whole face, entire scalp, releasing any tension you may be holding in your jaw. Just allowing your jaw to go slack. Feel into the sensation of your ears just sliding back and down. Everything releasing. Now from the top of your head, all the way down, base of the skull, through the neck, shoulders, full length of the arms, hands and fingers, entire torso, chest, back, all of the contents of your abdomen, lower back, pelvis, from your hips down the full length of your legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Releasing, relaxing. Now, your whole body relaxed. If you can imagine a warm light just bathing your entire body, open to the warmth, open to the comfort, fully released, surrounded in warm, welcoming light. All right here, right now, open to the warmth. Take a moment here just to bask in the light. And now, when you're ready, really sealing in the experience, being present and relaxed. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, maybe dropping your head chin to chest, or rocking from side to side if you're lying down. If you were lying on your back, you can roll over left or right. Make a little pillow with your hands. Take a moment to seal in the feeling of relaxation. And maybe if there's a word or something that you'd like to assign to that practice, and getting that in mind, just so that you can hold on to that at some point and come back to it. And if you were seated, It may be nice to bring your hands to your chest, off your arms, whatever feels good. Give yourself a little hug. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and rejoin us here. I hope that the practices that we talked about today will be useful for you as we head off into September, the semester, I'm sorry, semester 2025 spring. I know there will be challenges this semester, and I have every confidence that you will approach them and meet those challenges. Just remember kindness. Remember that we all have stress. It's a part of being human. We all have the domino negative thoughts about everything that happens to us. Our first reaction is to go negative. But also remember that we have an opportunity, we have the ability to make some space. Make some space for possibility. Make some space to open to what you didn't see at first, but to what might be a really positive outcome. So hold on for the ride. Spring 2025 is here, and we invite you to take advantage of all of the wellness and mindfulness programming that will be offered over the course of the semester, whether it's through this program or another program on campus. We are encouraging mindfulness and wellness this spring, and I hope that you take advantage of all that is available. Thank you again to everyone who helped to bring this program to being. Have a wonderful spring.